jump into action always during storm season. So joining us now from the Big Fluffy Dogs Rescue, Gene Harrison, and the Cajun Navy's president, Sean Boudreau. Welcome to you both. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We always love to talk about how the good people of this country jump in to help complete strangers in times like this. Gene, I want to ask you about the dogs, because I know that you guys partner with people to dogs, pigs, cats, rabbits, whatever needs saving. Tell us what you've experienced so far with this storm approaching.
Well, this is a little bit unusual for our usual kind of storm rescue, because typically we have a little bit more warning. We really are more of I guess for lack of a better word, we're in there not first responders, but kind of pre-responders. We go in before the storm to try to get dogs out of harm's way, both to save them from any potential damage in a shelter, but also to make room for the dogs that would come after. And in this particular case, we've had significant issues with the forecasting, trying to figure out where it's going next to get things out of the way.
Yeah, and I know when there are shelters full of doggies and people have to evacuate, those doggies have to go somewhere, and cats and everything else. Sean, you are there to help all kinds of creatures and people. We've seen you guys do it. I know that sometimes people look at you guys and think, listen, these are great people coming out of the goodness of their hearts, but it's very organized. Many of you have FEMA training and other training. Tell us what your plan is right now as we wait to see exactly where this comes as far as the U.S. is concerned.
So right now, our focus is to contact the emergency operations centers, EOCs, and decide or determine what their needs may be so that we can respond with the appropriate assets. It's important that we gauge our response to what the needs are so that we can accommodate, and which of course does include anything under the sun. We've got animal rescue going on. We've got the opportunity for supplies heading towards the Bahamas. There's a lot of things that are in the air, but all in all, it's one of the struggles of this particular storm system. It's an unusual one, and we're trying to make the best call that we can to be where we need to be.
And Sean, how did you guys originally come together? I mean, how did this formally get started so that you're out there just firing up whatever you had, boats, trailers, just to try to get to people?
Essentially, that's it. I mean, whenever you find out that something's coming this way, you look out for your neighbors. What can I do to help the guy next to me? We are very fortunate. I'm proud of my Cajun culture, and a lot of us are. We're good people. We're hardworking folks, and when a tree falls on your neighbor's house, you don't ask. You show up with a chainsaw and say, hey, when you want to do this? We fix what needs fixing. We take care of each other, and that's an important component of the community that we come from. And I think that's not something that's so abnormal, but it's something that we're more than willing to share.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are plenty of examples of what the two of you are bravely willing to step up and do. A lot of selfless people who are willing to step in. Gene, I know that in reading a little bit more about your organization, that a lot of times you all rely on volunteer pilots and people who will actually say, I'll go get these pets. I mean, they've got a website, they've got maps that show all over the country where they're willing to make runs to help you guys out. How integral is that in having that next level of volunteerism to help get these pets to and from where you need them to go?
Well, in this particular case, Pilots and Paws was instrumental because at the time that we were making the rescue arrangements, we weren't really sure what Florida's plan was going to be, and it seemed like, given the location where this particular shelter was, and it couldn't be any more remote in this particular instance, it was extremely useful because Pilots and Paws was able to fly in and get them out and then get them to us. Now, usually we have our own transport. We usually go in and do it ourselves. But in this case, having the resource of Pilots and Paws was indispensable. We really couldn't have pulled this off without their help.
Okay, Gene, I want to give you a chance real quick to tell us how people can get involved helping you, and then we'll go over to Sean for the same.
Well, I think in this particular instance, we can always use help with foster homes, with getting supplies, because what we do, we come in both before and after the storm. We're here for the dogs. We're also here for the people. So if people want to donate to help dogs, I would encourage to look locally, and then you're certainly welcome to look at what we do, and we work hard to make sure that we get aid where it's needed to go.
And Sean?
For our organization, we always look for the communities to get involved with whatever they can do to help their neighbors. We utilize our website, www.CajunNavyRelief.com, to funnel a lot of those needs in, everything from requesting help to offering to volunteer and to join. We do accept donations whenever we have wheels on the ground, but a lot of what we do is done by the kindness of our hearts and out of our own pockets. So get out and help is what it's all about.
Yeah, well, we admire you guys so much for what you're doing and all those volunteers who work alongside you. Thank you for being the kind of silver lining in this whole thing. Gene and Sean, great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, a Fox News exclusive now. Tops where in the world tonight. We have images.